Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, April 27th, 2022. Welcome to Fresno News Plus at 11 and part 2 of my special series, Why Do People Waste Food? Before we go any further, I would like to recap what we talked about in part 1. And here's how it goes. Fresno has a wasting food problem. State of California, which includes the city of Fresno, has wasted 600 tons of food. That's too much. Why are people being allowed to waste food? Well, they put it on their plates, they don't eat it, and it's considered waste food. Okay, now to part 2. And the topic for part 2 is, why do restaurants waste food? Restaurant food waste. How much food is thrown away by restaurants and why? All restaurants strive to serve fresh food to their customers. While that sounds great to customers, doesn't mean that old or unused food needs to be discarded to make room for fresh ingredients. But what happens to the wasted food? Restaurant food waste is substantial and growing issue in America. Approximately 32 to 33 billion pounds of food must be tossed in our dine in and carry out experiences. That's not counting hotels, hospitals, and schools. And one other thing, amusement parks. They got restaurants themselves. And as y'all know, people waste food there. And why do they do it at restaurants as well? That is the toughest question you would ask yourself. Why do restaurants waste food? As you all know, as you could see that, for an example, you see when you go into like a walk-in restaurant, like Denny's for example, you see people ordering food, but the waiters keep bringing it back. And that's wasting food. And they don't even know that Fresno has a wasting food problem. Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., we will talk about how does the wasted food, how do people waste food, and why do they waste the food into a dumpster? You'll find out tomorrow morning on First at 11. Have a good night.